G'day, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the CoolDadCollective podcast, a podcast that is for dads by dad, talking everything there is to chat about fatherhood, and I'm very excited today. I will apologize really quickly, Jimmy, because on your podcast, we did say you weren't going to come on until I did a 5-minute set of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here. I'm assuming you've done it.
Well, I did want to preface to you that... obviously school's back.
Yeah.
And there was a class where I was having a chat, telling stories and stuff as you do.
Yep.
And I made a fair few of them laugh.
Okay.
And I feel like if you can make 16-year-old kids laugh at you being like a old guy who's as we call it, an unk. If you're an unk and you can make them laugh, I feel like I did half of the job. But yeah, anyway, mate, I still got you in anyway. So
I'm still here. So any progression on the stand-up front other than your students?
No, besides the fact that Kia keeps calling me a bitch. That's pretty much it, dude.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but nah, it's good to have you on, man. I've been very excited about this, the little crossover. I think last time we did the podcast, I think I messaged you like 30 minutes before the podcast. I was like, hey, bro, are we doing yours or mine? So I didn't even know.
Yeah. That's happened twice to me now. I forget who the first one was, but I'm like, no, we're doing mine if that's cool. But if you want me to jump on yours, whatever.
I love how you prefaced it with, can we do mine if that's cool? You organized everything, but you're like, oh, no, if it's cool, if it's cool with you, can we do mine? But yeah, dude, I'm stoked to have you on because we did do a little bit of fatherhood chat in the podcast on your podcast.
Yep.
Can't get any worse, which was fucking good. I actually really enjoyed listening to that episode, man.
Did you? Thank you.
Yeah, because usually I listen back to myself and I want to die.
Yeah, me too. I fucking hate it. The editing process is the worst part of podcasting. I'm just like, you're an idiot. Why would you say that?
Oh, well, I was telling you before about how you were the perfect person to speak to when I was like, I kept saying yep when Rocco was on. I was agreeing with him. I was like audibly like, yeah, that's really, yeah, I agree. And I'm
just
like,
turn his mic down just so you can hear your yeps more.
And then you're like, oh, no one really noticed, but now you do notice, and now you'll probably go back and listen and be like, this dude's a fucking idiot, man. What a dumbass.
I won't. Like I said to you, I didn't pick it up too much, but it's just like when you analyze your own shit, you're just your worst critic. Like
it's the worst.
It's the same thing with stand-up. I'll get off stage, fist bumps, handshakes. Everyone's like, you fucking crushed. And I'm like, no, I fucked up that one sentence. I got the words around the wrong way. They're like, no one noticed, idiot. Like, shut the fuck up and absorb the laughs.
Have you ever stuttered? You know when you stutter up there and you're like, when you're in a group of mates and you stutter and you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking eat it now.
100%. Like the first at least 12 months, but probably stretched to 18 months, I was a blabbering mess on stage. Just could not form sentences. And I got this weird thing. I can write a joke.
Yeah.
I can practice it 1,000,000 times in front of the mirror while I'm driving, no matter what. And then that first time that I ever say it on stage never comes out right. Like it's just fucked. And then you come off stage, they're like, was that a new bit? I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Like, I swear it was so good in my mirror this morning. Like
looking at yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a situation where you fuck up the joke and it works to the positive? Like you fuck it up, but you're like, oh shit, like that was way better.
Yeah, I suppose I probably have.
Yeah.
Nothing that jumps out, but yeah, for sure. There's so many times where you accidentally fumble something and you almost lose the bit completely. So you've just got to go on the fly and be like, fuck, how am I going to save this?
Yeah.
And then like a little gem just blossoms out of that somehow and you're like, fuck, I just made that joke so much better by fucking up.
Oh, dude, I love comedy.
Story of my life.
Yeah, dude, I love it so much because like it's just so. Oh, I don't know who I was listening, but whenever you listen to like the methods of creating like, stand up and stuff like that. And I think, I spoke to you about it on the last podcast, how much admiration I have for people who do stand up because it's very fucking hard to do.
It's insane.
But like transitioning from that, obviously into dad life, you got 2 boys?
Got 2 boys. Yeah.
2 boys. Let's go. And I wanted to like jump in really quickly before we do. Have you, because your boys are now old enough that they're like fully grown people now, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you seeing that like because I would imagine you as a dad, you'd be pretty funny. Like you'd be pretty silly at times and stuff like that. Do you see your kids start to like pick that up and start sort of bantering back with you as well?
100%. They're like, I say it on my podcast every week. I've probably got like 4 to 5 stories every week of just shit that they've done to like piss me off in a way.
I
Like,
know some of it too because you do them in the videos, man. And watching your videos make me go like, oh, dude, raising girls is a fucking different game, bro. Like yours are like things that could potentially harm you.
100%. Yeah. Dude, on the way, so lead up to this podcast, my 5-year-old wanted to come with me because I'm like, oh, it's like a dad podcast. And he's like, well, can I come because I'm your son? And I'm like, no, because you'll just run amok in the background. He's like, but then I can jump on camera. Everyone can see you're a dad and all that. I'm like, no, it's not happening.
No, it's not cool, man.
And literally on the drive here, I had 4 phone calls back and forth with my wife because my son has like formed this neighborhood gang, right? And I'm all for it. Trust me.
This is like the Tom Segura. My kids are over the road.
Pretty much.
Your kid's a gang leader.
Yeah, basically. So I'm all for it. I was a street kid myself. I think that's
it's a rite of passage.
Yeah, I think you need it just to develop that street knowledge and stuff. My wife was the complete opposite. Her parents were like, you leave that front gate, you're in trouble. So me and my brother-in-law always like shit on her and her sister for like their soft upbringing they had and all that sort of stuff. And so the phone call's on the way here. Nikita calls me and she's like, oh, Westy just went and got one of his mates from up the road. They want to know if they can pull the big ramps out. So, I know. Over the Christmas holidays, like Westy's into his BMXs and all that. So he's always had little jumps. And over the Christmas holidays, he's like, can we build these big ramps? And I'm like, oh. And like, I'm like, if you use your pocket money for the materials, I'll build it for you. And he's like, okay. Because I thought that was like a good little trade. Teach him some life lessons.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
also you're like, there's a chance he might not get there. Like,
100%. Anyway, he's jumped them maybe twice since we've built them. They're decent jumps, and he just gets too scared.
Just quickly, how big are we talking? Are we? Because in my head, I'm thinking like a 1 foot jump, but I feel like I'm off.
Yeah, probably. So it is 700 mil high, and the lead up is 1200 mil. So I don't know, feet and all that. But
that's fairly big.
It's pretty big. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to like challenge me to go down it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nikita goes, they want to pull the big ramps out, and I'm like, look. As long as everyone's responsible and we're not taking any accountability. She goes, yeah, I said that to them all. 3 minutes later, I get the phone call. Oh, Westy's mate's just hit the jump and fallen off. And I'm like, great. Now I'm going to be at fault.
You're not even there either.
I'm like, go out and see if he's okay. She's like, I went and offered him ice packs and all that. He reckons he's fine. And now they're like out there brainstorming new strategies as to how to hit this jump. I'm like, fuck me. So my phone's probably going.
I was just about to say, is this happening right now?
Yeah,
dude, you are 100% going to the hospital after this. Like,
I'm not. There's someone else's kid.
Exactly. You're just hoping it's not your kid. Have you ever seen? Do you know Pluck Boys?
Pluck Boys, no.
Okay, so Pluck Boys, and I come at this from like I'll literally like put a little. If I clip this up, I'll put a little thing. But they're 3 brothers, bro. There's an 18-year-old, I think, an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and I think it's either a 14 or a 13-year-old.
Okay.
And these 3 boys are fucking insane.
Really?
Like they're so like I'm talking. They have a fucking like tabletop, huge like below. Like it's like an air jump. So like they jump off the dirt bit and land in like an air ramp. So like if they eat shit, they can land on something soft, but you can also ride your bike down it. And they've blown up like crazy. They used to do things like, oh, this is posting like some crazy stunt until we get to like 100,000 followers or something.
Yeah, okay.
And like one of the kids would be at school and they'd be filming. He's doing like a backflip off like the 2nd level classroom.
Wow,
and then there's one of them's doing like a gainer off the roof.
Yeah.
And like they're just 3 brothers that are just insane, and one of them's quite good with the camera.
Yeah,
and the other 2 are just nutcases, bro. And like they've gotten huge now. Like it would not surprise me if they do stuff with like Travis Pastrana or something like that. But they're just like some Aussie kids that have just got these crazy things. And I'm just like, what would a day in that house be like?
It'll be chaos.
It would be it's insane shit, man. The stuff that they do, I'll show you after the podcast. You'll be like, like a 16-year-old kid shouldn't be doing that shit.
No, for sure.
But bro, it's mad, and they're huge now. They're on like I think they're on like 500K followers.
Really?
Just from being insane.
Yeah, I'll for sure give them a search after.
Bro.
So this is how my family thinks. This is the pinnacle of my like.
Yeah.
Whatever I do in life, this is the pinnacle. But for the last like 12 months, I've very lightly again had R. Willie penciled in to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
And so he's got R. Willie land up on Sunshine Coast and stuff. And that's like, if I get him on the pod, my 8-year-old will just start respecting me.
That'd be
like
cute.
heart out.
Because that's the one where, who went there? They go. It's got that massive fucking lead in to that huge. Yeah. I can't remember. I think Jaden Lang might have gone there and tried.
He's been there.
There you go, and tried to do a backflip or something.
Yeah,
dude, that stuff is insane.
definitely.
There, eh?
Yeah. I'm like, let's do the pod there because that'd be fucking a sick background and shit.
It
like
would be
that.
mad, eh?
And so the two things there as to why it would be the pinnacle is my 8-year-old is obsessed with the dude, watches YouTube videos all day, every day of him. And he's also one of my wife's hall passes. And she's like, she's like, you're not doing the podcast unless I'm there. I'm like, no.
Absolutely not.
No, I'm doing that one while you're at work.
Yeah, that's why you're going there.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he the one that always goes to like the UFC all the time? Yeah. I think that man, how'd you manage to tee that up?
Random DMs like you fucking do.
Dude.
Yeah.
I love that shit, man.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's so weird. Like, I think we were talking about this off camera the other week. Just the reach that you have to people these days.
Yeah,
it's
big time,
insane the people that I've spoken to in the last 3 years. Like, just on DMs and shit. Like John Wayne Parr, do you know who that is?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's I went to school. I was actually really good mates with his nephew.
Okay.
Yeah, so like there's a photo. I found a photo the other day, and this was pre me getting into like MMA and stuff. My mom's like, oh, check this photo out. I think this guy's a fighter. And I looked it up. I was like, holy fuck, mom, that is John Wayne Parr. Like, that's crazy shit. Yeah, that's awesome,
So,
dude.
like, even I randomly reached out to him because he's always like joking around and stuff.
He did a comment. You were in charge of that.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I gave him his first stand-up spot.
Yeah.
And since then, like that lead up to that stand-up spot, I reckon I messaged him probably, not even joking, 30 to 40 times every day all the way up to it. Of him just running bits, just general chit-chat, shit like that. And it's like, it's weird when I run into him. Like I ran into him at the UFC the other week and it was like just two fucking friends catching up. I'm like, what is my life?
Dude, it is crazy like that. Hey, man, because you don't realize, I feel like, because you'd probably be the same as me, is like, you're so focused on that end goal. Like you want to grow, you want the podcast to be huge.
Yeah.
That I never actually like stop and go like, holy shit, I get to talk to some of the people that I've followed on Instagram and been like huge fans of on like a daily basis.
Yeah,
like this is actually insane. Like it's pretty, like I sometimes check like if a story of mine gets like more numbers than not, like, you know, the recent story where I scored 5 goals in Metro 5. Let's go, dude. I still got it, daddy. But no, I like go through and like people who are like, do you know Violent Soho?
Yeah.
So James Tidswell, the guitarist.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking massive fan of his. Like he is just the reason I drink 4X Gold. Literally, right. The reason is because he made it cool.
Yeah,
like he was. And anyway, I have so many photos of bit, and he like likes all my shit.
It's wild.
And I'm sitting there like, dude, I'm such a fucking huge fan. Like, do you have any idea how fucking excited I get when I like scroll through and I'm like, oh, he liked my shit.
Yeah.
He liked my shit. And like, but you almost never stop because like you think about it, you're like, I never thought this person would even know who I was.
Yeah, definitely.
And even though they're like not fucking super famous, but it's like, dude, Brendan Schaub follows me on TikTok.
That's wild. So
what the fuck?
He's another one that I've fucking spoken to on DMs and shit. I'm like, why are you talking to me right now?
Dude, it's crazy.
Like every now and then, like, as you know, I'm a deviant UFC fan.
Yeah, likewise.
I like to get pretty conspiratorial with matchups and shit like that. And I'll send him like weird conspiracies every now and then because I know he likes to do it as well. And he'll always reply. He's like, man, that's a sick take. Don't see it happening, but if it does, fucking, I'll give you a shout out and shit. I'm like, oh my God.
I will say whenever there's a UFC card, and I'm not saying this is the only time I listen to you, but whenever there's a UFC card, your pre-UFC podcast is one of like the tops that I listen to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude,
That's
every
sick.
single time. Because I don't know if you noticed, I always vote on your things.
Yeah.
And I almost vote out of curiosity too, because there was one, I can't remember what it was. There was one I voted for the other day, and then I clicked on it and it was like 20% to 80%. I was like, what the fuck? Am I that far off
It
right
blows
now?
my mind when I put those polls up and like just see what other people's opinions and stuff are. And I'm like,
dude.
fuck, I've sort of given you guys the power. Here goes $5.
Yeah. I'm just going to piss this one against the wall. And then first matchup, you're done. You're like,
exactly.
well, that was shit.
Yeah.
But
no, those breakdowns, they've blown my mind, like the amount of people that listen to those. And I'm like, I know nothing about fighting. Those breakdowns are just me fumbling names and just fucking telling you why the underdog's going to win.
Yeah,
but they
like,
never do.
You're like, that's a Russian name. All right, we're gonna put some good odds on this man,
Exactly.
and then you'll like see him rock up. You're like, oh, he's from Russian descendancy, but he's not from Russia. And you're like, fuck.
Exactly. Yeah. No, for sure.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Hey, like on that too. Obviously, leading back to House Full of Boys, you got ramps fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
You like you know yourself what you were like as a kid too.
Mm-hmm.
What was, when you found out you were having, especially like the first one, boy,
Yeah.
were you ever nervous about, like, did it, knowing you were having a boy, did it sort of change your way you were thinking about the lead into sort of fatherhood?
Not really.
No?
Like, I think, so my wife and I both always wanted girls, and it was
Ooh.
just not in the,
Really?
yeah, not in the
Wow.
atmosphere. And
Yeah.
like, so we found out Nikita was pregnant when he was like maybe 6 weeks old or something.
Okay.
And when do you find out the sex? At like 12
Bro,
weeks or
I
14
don't even
weeks
know.
or something?
I just know we got an envelope at some time and Kia said, don't open it. And I was like, can't I open it, please?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, so Nikita is the most impatient person in the world.
Yeah.
Unless it comes to me and my stand-up and podcasting and shit. Then
Yeah.
she's the most patient. But she's like, I can't wait. I'm going to go get one of those like pre-scan things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, could be wrong. And she's like, no, they're like 80% correct or something.
So you're saying you got, there's like it's not the official one. It's like a one you can get.
Yeah. So you go, I think it was called like Precious Memories or something. They do like an ultrasound and like all that sort of stuff.
Okay, sweet.
Go do that. It's a girl. Oh my God, she's stoked. She goes straight to the shop, starts buying all this girl stuff. And I'm like, okay, here's what it is.
Yeah.
And then the actual sex thing comes back and it was a boy. And she's like, fuck my life.
Was there like disappointment in a way? Like, because you wanted a girl? You're like,
yeah, a little bit. But like at the end of the day, I wasn't fussed. Like,
you just wanted to be healthy.
Yeah,
right? You just want a
100%.
healthy pregnancy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And like we always wanted multiple kids and stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, whatever comes out first is what it is. We'll get it on the next one. So,
yeah. And then you didn't.
No. And then we didn't. No.
Yeah. Was there, with the second one, was there almost like a, like you get the sex and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Was it kind of just like that?
No. So crazy story for the second one. So Westy happened like we weren't
Happy accident.
Yeah, I don't want to say we weren't trying, but
Yeah.
she got off contraception and stuff, and then within a month,
Yeah.
she
You're just
got
like, if it happens, it happens.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and we were young. I think we were like, I don't know, 24, 25 or something.
Yeah.
And so that happened instantly. And then our second son, we were just like, okay, we know how to do it now. And then we ended up having 5 miscarriages like leading up. Yeah.
Wow. I
So-
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Dude.
I got some.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I almost wanted to send you like a message before, and I'm like, here's my cliff notes. You touch on whatever you want. Because I
Yeah.
got some crazy stories. And then when I finished recording podcasts and shit, they're like, why didn't you bring that up? And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh,
It
dude,
doesn't-
bring that up. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
so-
Yeah. Dude, you got your own, like, oh, no, I
Yeah,
won't say
so-
that. I could say that, but actually, I'll say it to you.
Yeah, say whatever.
I was going to say you got your own gulag. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't say it to anyone else.
No.
I'm only saying that to you because I know you do stand up.
Exactly. Nah, say whatever you want. I got thick skin. So I guess to answer your question, by the time we got any fucking
Yeah.
kid, we were stoked that
Oh, absolutely, dude.
even like so my first solo show that I did last year, I touched on all this shit, and it was the most therapeutic thing I've ever done. Like,
Yeah.
because I had to take all this shit and just try and make it funny for stage in a way. And like when I started touching on this stuff on stage, my wife was sitting to the left at a table, and I looked over once, bawling, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna work this side of the room, because I'm like, I cannot break down on stage right now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she's got this thing in her head, like about the whole girls thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, because she could go be a doctor on this like IVF stuff and all that sort of stuff. And she's like, apparently there's a certain gene in your body that can just miscarriage girls.
Wow.
So
what?
in her head, she likes to think that like those were 5 girls and her body could only like carry boys.
Yeah.
I'm not really into all that juju stuff and all that. Like,
You gotta be careful with that stuff too,
I
because
know.
that'll give you like a lot of guilt as well.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like
for
that's really
sure.
hard.
nah, so yeah, getting up to the second kid, it was a heavy road, but yeah, we finally got him. Even
Yeah.
like as soon as he was like came out of my wife, I was still in panic mode. I was like, okay, what's going to go wrong now?
Mate,
Like,
that would 100% do it, because like that's one of the reasons. One of the reasons I don't want to have another one is because we got really lucky in that, and I think I said this on our last podcast. We did have a couple like almost, and I hate to say this is like I'm not gloating or anything, but we had very seamless pregnancies.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I don't want another one is because I know how risky it is. Like I've spoken to people, especially doing the podcast and stuff like that. Like pregnancy is such a scary time,
it's
dude.
wild, and you
Like-
don't even think about it until you're in the trenches. And
Like
it's
I remember Kia had an incident where, and this was with Skylar, our first one, where I was at work and she mentioned to me, she was like, oh, like, you know, I've got there's like some bleeding. And I was like, fuck, like, are you okay? She's like, and I think the worst thing is when you hear it and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, because you yourself, like for Kia, I gauge how I react to things based on how she is. Because if she's calm, I'm like, right, Kia's got it under control. We're okay.
Yeah.
Which I could see and I could hear in the phone calls. And I was at work, mind you, that she was concerned. And I was Googling and I was fucking doing all that stuff. And, you know, everything was leading to like, oh, you know, there is a chance. And, oh, mate, I was sick. That day I was sick. I was crying and at work. And like, you know, when you're a teacher and you're around kids, it's not a good place to cry.
Oh, for sure.
Like, so I'm trying to hold it in, bro. And mate, that shit's, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it is,
definitely.
it's gut wrenching to like,
yeah.
and you can't do anything about it. You're just trying to,
That's what I said to her as well before I came to the podcast. I'm like, fuck, I feel like you should almost go do this podcast because as a dad, I don't know if you pretty much just summed it up. It's all happening to them sort of thing. You feel helpless in a way. Like,
yeah, but I think in that too, like there is a lot of, like you just said, like maybe you should, you know, when you're like, you should do the podcast, there's a lot of avenues, like in terms of you hear a lot of the stories from a woman's perspective, which is very, very important, right? Because they're the ones going through it.
Yeah.
But it is still important because I know as a dad, when I went through that, I was like what the fuck do I do here? Like it's not in me.
Definitely.
Like it's not like it's fucking destroying Kia right now. What how do I sort of express how this feels, and is it okay for me to feel like this, and who do I go to? Because I can't go to Kia and be like, oh, I'm feeling really sad about this, like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
She's got her own she's got it fucking so
Yeah.
much worse than me. So I think it is important to though like get it from a dad's perspective as well.
Definitely.
Like how, because bro, going through 5, like my first thought is like, it's fucking brave of you to like bring it up on a stand-up special. Like it's a very, and I think that's why I love comedy so much.
Definitely.
Because that is a very taboo subject to be making jokes about.
100%. It's so after the first miscarriage, we went and saw Dane Cook. Do you know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, everyone knows who Dane.
yeah.
The Vicious Circle, man.
No, fuck, not Dane Cook.
I was going to say.
No, Daniel Tosh.
Daniel Tosh.
Sorry.
Once
I
again,
always get
another
that.
animal though. But like, dude, if you mention Dane Cook and the Vicious Circle, that's like comedy fucking
100%.
But Daniel Tosh.0, bro, the original ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love Tosh.0. Anyway,
so we went and saw Daniel Tosh, and she's just sitting there, and I'm like, there's a high chance he's going to bring something up about a miscarriage or something like that. And she's like, oh, whatever. Sure enough, half an hour in, he fucking makes a joke about a miscarriage, and I'm just sitting there all tense, look over at her, and luckily she was like smiling, taking it like a sport. And I'm like, it's such, and that's like, I've been trying to do an hour for fucking since I started basically.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted my first hour to just be all the fuck ups in my life just in there.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw Andrew Schultz when he was talking about he's like
that. I was just about to say very heavy special, that one, talking about IVF and stuff. Yeah.
So I went and saw that when he did it live in Brisbane.
Yeah.
That was easily one of the sickest.
Did you take Nikita?
I took her.
Awesome, yeah.
And that was one of the sickest comedy experiences I've had in my life. The way that he had the whole entertainment center on edge, like, because it changed before he brought it out on Netflix. And the whole lead up was just to basically him having a miscarriage, and then just the silence. Like he held the silence for like 15 seconds in the whole entertainment center. And then he just dropped it. That they finally had it. I'm like, fuck, that is like the most powerful thing I've ever seen.
It's so cool, dude.
And I was like, I didn't want to copy it, but I wanted to emulate it in a kind of way like, to my own story. And then I knew like that had to be, because I put it like maybe 15 minutes towards the end of like my hour. And I was like, fuck, this is going to be, because I'm like, if I touch on this early, I'll probably be a blubbering mess. And I honestly thought I was going to be like, when I did it.
And you need the emotion too, man. 100%. Like I think seeing emotion, and like that one thing I do love about when I see like comedy is when you can see the comedian feel something.
Yep.
Like I love when I see comedians laugh at their own jokes, because they like, you could tell that they've sort of spun it a different way and they're like, oh fuck yeah, that worked. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, that's so sick.
But like to see, to talk about that, I think's, because for me personally, I feel like I need, like there has to be light in a dark room. Like I would hate to just see it as it is and not be able to almost poke fun at it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like you need, like that's my way of dealing with it, and I feel like that's probably your way of dealing with it too.
100%. Anything fucked up that happens to us, like we just have to joke about it.
You have to, because
only way to get through
cry.
shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
oh mate, that's so cool. So obviously, after I could imagine there'd be some fucking real relief when like your second son was born.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned it. You're like, I was nervous all the way till it came out.
for sure. Even I reckon, because this was he was born in July 2020 as well, so it was like peak COVID.
Yeah.
So we had to find a hospital that would let me stay at the hospital, because I was like, there is no way I'm not being here 24/7.
Oh,
for
bro,
this shit.
massive. Yeah.
So we had to change like 3 hospitals and shit just to ensure that I could be there. And even for like, I don't know, like when I was writing the bit, I'm like, how long did I feel like that? But I reckon for like even a week, once he was like here, I was just like, this, like, it's not real. Like
on edge.
something is going to fucking happen. Like,
and then not just that, you've got another kid running around the house too. So you're like, fucking stay away from the boot.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh mate, I didn't know that. That's pretty crazy. I guess, like, you know, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but was there anything that sort of, you know, I could imagine after 5, you know, you and Nikita were probably in a place where you were just like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Like, what, like, I guess, you know, what would be something that sort of got you guys through that to get you to keep trying? Because that's, if you think about it, like, that's like, you know, that's a year to 2. That's like 2 years. Like, how long did it take to?
So how many years? Westy's 8 and Parker's 5. So
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
Wow, dude. So what was sort of the thing that kept you guys, you know, saying like, no, this is gonna work. We're gonna have another kid.
We were just we just always planned it, I suppose.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
like, we'd been to every specialist in Brisbane, every glimmer of hope we could find. And then I don't want to say we gave up, but we just came to
terms with it.
Came
like,
to terms. We're like, okay, maybe it's not going to happen. Like, we got Westy. And like, I suppose that's like the silver lining as well, is like, at the same time, we had to keep it together for him, because we still had a kid to look after and all that. So I feel bad for people that don't have that, and like, this is just their one hope, and fucking they're doing everything. So, but yeah, we more or less did give up in a way. And then the last specialist we spoke to, he goes, look, as soon as you get another positive pregnancy test, he's like, you need to drop whatever you're doing and drive to my office. He goes, if I'm in with a patient or anything, he's like, just fucking tell my receptionist it's not an emergency, but fucking I need to see you. So we did that. Nikita called me while I was at work, and she goes, look, positive pregnancy test, and we're trying not to get excited. We're like, okay, we know.
And that's so hard to do, because like, you just want to fucking tell someone or something, you know?
So we both drop what we're doing, go in there, and he ends up giving her Clexane injections.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's basically a needle she had to have every day for, I think it was like 38 days or something.
Jeez,
so by the end of it, her stomach was just a fucking black bruise and shit like that.
Oh my God, dude. I didn't know that. Far out, bro.
It was nuts. And she's like skinny. She's like 50 kilos or something. So trying to find fat on her stomach to like stick a needle in.
And so did you have to do that? Oh my God, dude. Dude. I'm terrified of needles.
Me too.
Yeah.
Biggest phobia of it. But it was just like, okay, this is what's going to happen. And then, I made this stupid little video and shit for her as well. Like, every night after I did the injection, I'd like hold the needle up to my face. And then when we were like not in the clear, but when we got like
when it was okay to joke with. Yeah.
I showed her this PowerPoint and she like fucking lost it. And I was like, yes, that's what I wanted.
That's so good, because that could have gone one or two ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Mate.
Yeah, she had to do these Clexane injections, and I don't know what exactly it does. I'm not a doctor or anything, but
really,
yeah, I know. Despite what you may think, but something in those helps the embryo or whatever stay alive.
Yeah. Because I know Kia had to have the pessaries. Do you know what a pessary is?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. So we had to do that, because the second time with Summer was a lot harder. With than with Skylar, and there was definitely times where we were just like, oh my God, like this is insane. Like we were getting to the point where it was like it was just exhausting. Like we'd end up having to do like, you know, the pre-pump. Where you just get to the point where it's like, we're ready to go. And then it's just a pump and dump.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're just like, I can't do this anymore, dude. I just need to get it done. But yeah, it was exhausting, dude. It was so, and like, you know, for you guys to do it for like 3 years is so insane. So I bet you, like, you know, you're pretty stoked now with like, it kind of makes all the chaos worth it, right?
100%. Yeah, definitely. It's like, obviously you probably would change it if you could, but
Yeah.
like now that we got Parker, it's like fucking, yeah.
I think it's
so worth it.
I think it's awesome to like, you know, bring that up on like podcasts, especially like this podcast, like the parenting podcast, because there's 100% there'll be someone out there in the same boat, man, trying for a second right now and being like almost getting to that point where they just want to give up. And I think hearing stories like that makes it so much, I don't know, makes it so like you feel like it is possible still there.
100%,
like,
yeah.
Because the whole IVF journey and even just like having the difficulties is gut wrenching, and you also don't know who's going through it as well.
Yeah. And like I said, we were relatively young when we started having kids. So like all my mates and shit, they were still out clubbing and all that. They couldn't give less of a fuck. And like, luckily my boss at the time, we were on a random drive to a job site on the way to the city.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even know how it came up, but he started telling me him and his wife were having issues and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, fuck, no way. So am I.
Trauma bond, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Trauma bond.
And then from that moment, like every day would just go, oh, fucking, what's going on with you guys today? And that was so good to have someone that, not the same situation, but just knowing each other were having issues. And it's like, oh, have you been to talk to this guy? Oh, no, fucking, what's his number?
Yeah.
So it was good to find someone in the trenches.
Yeah, it sounds bad, but I find you get more solidarity in finding someone who's going through the same problems and the same wins.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's why, like, when even down to like podcasting and stuff, when you're talking about like, fuck, dude, I don't know how to go viral. I don't know how I'm doing it. And you're like, dude, same.
Yeah.
And like, you know, especially when you're like, one thing I always find it really good because, you know, Summer's a fucking terrible sleeper, dude. Like, has just ruined my life in terms of sleep.
Yeah.
Everything else is great, but just ruined my life in that regard. It's getting better. But then there's nothing better than, you know, you'll be out like a fucking parent thing. And you're like, oh, you know, how's things going? You'll hear like a dad be like, yeah, good, mate, but just having some troubles with sleep. And then you'll be like, oh, are ya? Same. How bad are we talking? They're like, oh, we're like, you know, 4 or 5 times a night. And I'm like, same.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, sick, dude. We're friends now. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Better than like when you hear like, yeah, you know, we sleep trained our child. I was like, yeah, dude, fuck you. I don't care. Stop talking to me.
Pretty much. Yeah. Both my kids still to this day, terrible sleepers.
Bro, I've just given up.
Yeah.
I'm now just like our house is a roulette depending I don't think we've all collectively slept in our own rooms ever.
100%.
Like last night we did these things where Kira and I just give up. We're just like, fuck it, camp out.
Yep.
So I take the girls' mattresses from their room and I put it in the living room.
Yep.
And like we keep saying like it's because it's hot because we only have one aircon in the house and that's ours. So our room, the girls' room, no aircon, just fans, right? And then we just bring all the mattresses out to the main room and then that's what we do.
Yeah, we do the same. We just call it movie night.
Yeah, dude. And it's like it's mad because like, you know, we got 2 mattresses. You'll chuck a broom between the mattresses, chuck a sheet over the TV.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when the girls go to sleep, you just, I guess, fall asleep wherever. Like you can fall asleep on the couch. Mind you, dude, fell asleep on the couch the other day, woke up with like a fucking torn ACL.
Oh, no.
Not even lying, dude. I had to call in sick to like football training. I was like, boys, you won't believe this. I fell asleep on the couch. I think I've done my ACL.
Dude,
like it's bad.
Getting old is fucked. I sneezed during
Just shit?
No. Fucked my back for like 3 days. I was like, what is going on right now?
Oh, dude. I felt it the other day in the game, like in my football game. We got like 30 minutes towards the end. I was like, you know when you're younger and you're like doing physical activity, like I need a shit, but I'll hold it in. Yeah. Like as you get older, you're like I could shit now. Like if I kick the ball too hard, I could shit.
Oh, fucking hell.
Bro, but that's where we are.
Yeah, that sleep thing as well. My oldest son sleeps in our bed so often that I sleep in his bed.
Yeah.
And I sort of started to say to him, I'm like, look, we're going to have to start redecorating your room to fit more of my personality as well if we're going to fucking share this shit.
Dude, we're going to have to get rid of the Lightning McQueen bed. Like, as much as I love it, or I'll move my Lightning McQueen bed into your room.
For sure, yeah. I'm saying to my wife, like, we need to upgrade his mattress and shit because I'm like, my back cannot do this.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wanted to ask too, because like I've been really fascinated lately around I think it's because it's like Scarlett started school and stuff like that. And like, you know, I've met a lot of different parents now and like I'm noticing more and more how different, especially when you get to like 5, 6, how different the journey is as a parent. And I know people might be like, you should treat them the same up, but how different it is parenting boys and girls.
Yeah.
What would sort of be, say, for example, we've got someone listening to the pod and they've got another boy on the way and their first boy is a fucking psychopath and they're thinking, sick, I'm going to have 2 psychopaths.
Yeah.
I wanted to sort of specialize this next question into what would your best advice be for raising boys, specifically like in a house full of two nutcase boys? Like what do you think you've learnt the most that's helped you be like, okay, we're dealing with a different demon here. How do I work it so I'm not just going to be a grumpy piece of shit 24/7?
No, it's I definitely have that grumpy switch where I'm just like, oh, just everything just feels like too much. And
Same,
I'm like,
dude.
Fuck.
Same.
But I don't know, as lame as it sounds, probably like patience, because I like they'll do something and I'll just stand back for a second and be like, you were so much worse of a kid than what these kids are doing right now. I'm like, you should be thankful right now. But it's like fucking, yeah, I think patience is the big one.
Yeah, I think it comes from a different end too, because you know the consequences to these dumb things that you do. Like I see the girls jumping off the lounge. So when we set up the beds, and I say like there is half of me in my daughters, if that makes sense. So like Summer yesterday, she got up on the lounge and I was like, okay, jumping from the lounge to the mattress, I could deal with that. And then she got up on the armrest and I was like, okay, hold on. We're adding about another foot to this. And she's only 3. And then there's a part of me that's like, just let her jump and she'll find out. But then there's also a part of me that's like, I've done that before and really fucked myself up.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do here? Do you ever get that?
100%.
Yeah.
I've just come to the point where I'm like, I had to learn those lessons. So you're going to learn that fucking that's going to hurt. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, there was like a moment where I was like intervening, but then I was like I was saying about like playing on the street and stuff. I'm like, you have to do it to know. Like I can tell them 6,000 times, don't stab your brother with a knife. But
until they actually stab them.
Until a cop comes to our house and he's looking in the eye of a cop going, why'd you stab your brother? He's not going to fucking learn. Like,
yeah, dude.
That hasn't happened yet. We're
I
sticking
love how you said yet.
Yeah, it'll probably happen. Like my youngest son, he's a psychopath. He's obsessed with like horror movies and shit like that.
How old is he?
5.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Like,
how horror are we talking about? Saw?
I get scared.
Like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what it is. Because we uninstalled YouTube from his iPad.
Okay, yeah.
And he somehow, I don't know, kids are just so fucking smart with this shit.
Bro, I say this all the time, mate.
Yeah.
They know how to do things.
I know. He's like intercepted like horror into kids' YouTube and shit like that. I'm like, how are you doing this right now? Like I need to get Zuckerberg on the phone or something.
Brother, what are you doing?
Yeah, pretty much. But just he's obsessed with scary shit. And I don't know where or why he's got it from, but nothing can scare the kid. And I'm like, you're going to have nightmares, and the kid fucking doesn't. I'm like, what is going on?
Does he still sleep?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably not the horror stuff that wakes him up. It's probably just like, fucking, where's mum? I miss mum.
Yeah. I think that's more it for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy how they can do that. Dude, I've noticed recently, so I am a piece of shit of a dad sometimes, and I really enjoy scaring my kids.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, so like Skylar will be in like the bathroom brushing her teeth, and I'll hear her, like she'll be like singing in the mirror or something. She loves singing. And I'll like just poke my head through the door and be like, bah! And then like she'll jump, and then I'll be like, I got ya. And she's like, no, you didn't. And now like Skylar will fuck it. And I've got to be careful, right? Because I know she's doing it as a joke.
Yeah.
But there's times where I'm like in the zone, and I'll be like cleaning something up, or I'll be doing something that's like really important, and Skylar will come on and be like, and I'll be like, fuck you with the, and then I have to be like, I can't get mad at her because I do it to her.
Yeah.
So like I have to be like, that's a good one, but dad's using a knife right now. Like I'm cutting up food. So if you do it now and I chop my finger off, no one's going to win. Like this is going to be a terrible situation.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I've noticed with my 2 boys is now that they're both sort of at the age, because there was so long where my youngest son was just too young to like fuck with me, I suppose.
Yep.
But now they just pair up and they're like,
that's the worst.
How can we fuck with dad today? I'm like, no, let's not play that
Mate,
game.
I always think about it now, and like just in your circumstance, I really feel for you here, because I have probably about a 5 to 7 minute compilation on my phone where the videos only go for about 5 to 6 seconds of me jump scaring my dad. Me and my brother. My brother and I, he's 26 and I'm 30, or I'll be 31, he'll be 27.
Yeah.
Still to this day, bro. If I'm at home, if I go to my parents' house and I'm there before dad and I hear dad come through, there's like this little passage just behind where it goes into the kitchen. I will stand there every time with my phone, just like, bah! And literally, man, the older he gets, the more I'm like, I'm going to kill him. Like, this could be it, bro.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, dude. But, mate, that's it. It's actually like how does Nikita go with the fact that like it is a very male? Does she get involved in it, or is she more just like, I'm so sick of you piece of shit?
Yeah. a bit of both. Like,
Yeah.
there is moments where she's like, fuck, I wish there was like a girl in this house. And like, we ended up getting like a girl dog the end of last year. So that's
pretty
like,
much the same.
Yeah, that's like her little baby. Like the way she talks to that dog, I'm like, talk to me and the kids like that. Like,
yeah. I know exactly what you mean too.
But no, she definitely has her moments where, because my sister-in-law, she has a little girl as well.
Yeah, okay.
And my wife just goes over there and she's like trying to do her hair.
Like
and her
doting. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, like so badly, I wish we had a girl. But she's embraced it now. She's like the full boy mum at like soccer and basketball and all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Like I always feel a little bit like that. I love being a girl dad. Like it's the greatest thing ever. But every so often, I think recently it's happened a little bit just purely because my mates play golf.
Yep.
And they've started bringing their sons to golf.
Gotcha.
And if I bring, not that I play golf that much, but if I bring Skylar to golf, she'd be like, what the fuck are we doing here? Why are we here? Like this is so shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd be like, oh no, we're gonna have a good time. She'd like look, she's old enough now to look at me and just be like, no, you don't even enjoy this much. Why am I here?
Exactly.
And I was like, yeah, but I want to do something fun with us. It's like, yeah, well, take me somewhere I'd enjoy.
Yeah.
I just want to get to the point where I know Skylar's gonna enjoy getting like pedicures.
Yeah.
Because I froth a pedicure, man.
Do you?
Oh, bro, little massage.
I've never had one.
Bro,
I need to get into it.
Mate, you get it's like these hooves, these hobbit hooves, do quite well once they're tidied up. But bro, you get the one where they paint your toenails and they get all the skin off and they give it a rub.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm in heaven, man. If I could do that or every day, like I even try to dress as scary as I can. Last pedicure I had, I wore a full-on Slipknot cut-off singlet just to prove like, hey, I can still go.
Exactly.
But I'm just getting my toes done. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's
So I get like things like that, but also like, you know, I do wish I could, there's times where I wish I could, you know, my mate was like, we should take the kids to the Big Bash. And I'm like, your son would froth the Big Bash. Mine wouldn't. I'd hate it. I'd be going to the toilet every 3 seconds because she'd sit down, get bored and be like, I need to pee again.
Dude, have you noticed that finding a toilet in public is the worst thing in a child's head? You go once and then it's like every 5 minutes, oh, I need to go to the toilet again. I'm like, no, you don't. You just find it an interesting place to go. Like,
dude, that's it. Like the amount of times I will make it so that we're about to leave the house and I'll say to Skylar, and I know she does this on purpose, man, because I'm like, you're a smart kid. Like, you know, I'll say, do you need to go to the toilet? No. Okay, you say no now, but would it be a good idea if we delay leaving and you go to the toilet now? Nah, I don't need to go. Okay, fantastic, good. Go somewhere, and there's a 80% chance that I'll have no idea where the toilet is.
Yeah.
And Skylar would be like, I need to go to the toilet.
Every time.
Dude, and it's like one of those things where Sky's not at the point where she's like gradually like, I need to go to the toilet. It's like, I'm going to piss my pants, Dad. Where are we going? I'm like, dude, you can't just jump. Like, that's why I literally did a bit about it. I hated Christmas shopping, not because of Christmas shopping. I hated Christmas shopping because every fucking 15 minutes Skylar had to pee.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore, bro.
I opened a bad box of, we're out on the road. The boys were riding their bikes or something. I was watching and, Parker, my youngest son, he goes, oh, I got to pee. And I'm like, okay, off you go. And he goes, oh, I don't want to go inside without you. And I was like, oh, just go in the bush there. And we got like shrubs near our front door.
Bro.
Yeah,
Bushweeds.
And then that's the only place he pees now.
Mate, at least it's not in the house, to be fair.
Yeah, that is right. But I'm like, dude, it's at our front door. Like, take the extra 10 steps to our ensuite. Like,
yeah, you almost need them to realize that piss stinks.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. And
you know
like,
what I mean?
There's little girls now that have joined the little gang that I was talking about. And I'm like, they don't want to watch you piss in a bush.
No,
like,
no. And then they might get ideas.
Yeah.
The worst thing is when you're in public and like, you know, sometimes if no one's around, like say for example, we're on like a bushwalk or something like that. And because of Bluey, shout out Bluey, we'll be like, Dad, can I do a bushwee? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Go on. Just do it. That's fine. But then sometimes like we'll be in real public places, like a park, right? And Skylar will be like real loud. And she'll be like, Dad, can I go do a bushwee? And you'll be like, shut the fuck up. Shut up, dude. No, you can't do a bush. We never do. Who's this kid doing a bushwee? What a fucking loser. But like then you have to, because you'll be at like New Farm Park or something and all the posho parents will be like, ugh, what are you doing? I'm like, okay, relax. We've all been there, right? Don't act like you've never peed in a bush before, but we're just not going to do it here. Yeah. Oh, mate, that's Have you ever explained to the boys, like, are the boys aware that you do stand up comedy?
Yeah. So maybe maybe this time last year, actually.
Yeah.
They came and watched me for the first time.
Hell yeah. That would have been the most nerve-wracking experience.
100%. And
Yeah.
like I say some pretty weird shit up there
Yeah.
about my wife and my kids. And just to do those bits, hear the audience laughing, but then to look down at that table and see my kids sitting there hearing this, I'm like, I'm never going to have any authority over these kids again.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you clean it up or did you just
nah,
go straight raw dogged it?
Yeah, just did it how
Hell yeah,
it
man.
went. And like the cool thing was my younger son, he was just running around causing a fucking muck.
Which kind of probably added to the bit, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't really point out, hey, those are my kids, because then I would have felt that judgment from the other parents. Like, you're saying this about your son and he's sitting right there.
Actually, so fair. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But every time I looked down, my oldest son, Westy, he was just like looking up at me smiling, and I was like, this is the sickest thing.
I was going to say, how did that feel, man?
It felt so good. Like, like one of the first bits, like this was the first bit I ever got to work on stage properly. Like, obviously you get your little giggles and things like that, but the first bit that I ever wrote that more or less I could put in my arsenal and pull out as my closer every time was just about like our old dog used to have seizures, and the only way to stop her from having a seizure was to put a tablet on your finger and just hold it in her butt until it fucking dissolves. Yeah,
that's mad.
So I just wrote this big I wrote this big joke about
someone finger the dog.
Wrote this big joke about it, and then the end of the joke was when you're older, your sex life starts to dry up. So I forged a letter from my doctor saying I suffer from the same seizuring condition. Crowd loses it and stuff. The show finishes, and then in the car on the way home, my oldest son, he goes, "That last bit about fingering the dog and then mum fingering you was a bit weird." And I'm like, "Oh God."
How old was he at this time?
Oh, he would have been like, it was last year, so 7.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's you know, the best thing I think about it now is like, so one of the curriculum ladies at Skylar's school was like, oh, you know, we just want to tell you guys, you know, you probably only hear half of what happens at school, and we probably only hear half of what happens at home.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it, I was like, oh, dude, that's going to be so fucking funny when Skylar starts talking about like the home life and being like, oh, yeah, you know, mom and dad like clean the shower a lot. That's our code, by the way.
Yeah.
But the shower's never clean. And then you just like imagine like that a teacher hearing that and being like, oh, what the fuck, bro? Like, and then you could just imagine like that, like, yeah, no, my dad told this story on the weekend how he fingered the dog.
100%.
And then you're like, oh, did he? Did he now?
We're going to get dad in for a little chat. Yeah. No, it is, it's come out, not this year, luckily, but last year's teacher, I forget how, but Westy said he told her something about me doing the podcast or something like that. And one afternoon at pickup, she had like a little giggle. She's like, oh, you do a podcast? I'm like, don't fucking listen. I'm like, you do not want to hear what I say on there.
Oh, dude.
She's like, okay.
I feel the same, hey, because some people will be like, oh, like you run the dad podcast. And like, I always get a comparison to like two doting dads, which, dude, Ash and Matt, like Matty J, they're so funny. Very different style of podcast. Like theirs is, I don't know how to explain it, but theirs is just a little bit cleaner than the stuff. And I was thinking about it today about like, I was like, man, maybe I should really clean up. And then I like remembered, I was like, dude, where do you come from? Like you don't come from fucking the top nice areas in Sydney. Like you speak the way that you were born. And I was like, yeah, that's true. So like when like they're like, oh, I'll have to listen. I'm like, oh, you don't. Like it's an acquired. Please don't come in thinking it's like Matty J and fucking Ash because it's a little bit different. It's not that. And you know, it is funny like that because I have you know, I've noticed that a fair few of like Skylar's kindy teachers like follow the page on Instagram. So now I'm really conscious because a lot of my like bits that I do, like the single video bits, they're like little jabs at not like my kindy. Like my kindy's fantastic and I never want them to think I'm having a dig at them. But it's like, you know, you're having a joke about like how they're pretty much just robbing you for looking after your kid or things like that. Or like, you know, you laugh about the fact that it's like my kid never fucking eats that. There's no way my kid's eating that or sleeps by themselves. But then I'm also conscious of like, I don't want to do those videos and then be like, oh, fuck that guy. Like he's talking shit about us. And I'm like, no, it's not you. These are just generic, like parental whinges about childcare, not you guys specifically. You know what I mean?
Definitely. You know, I've, there's again, what you were saying about the two doting dads and you trying to like just be your own person. I find when I listen to podcasts, there's nothing worse than someone trying to like be that because that's what's famous
And
at
you
the time.
can pick it, right? You can tell they're not being, because I know for a fact there are episodes that I go look back on and I'm like, dude, you locked yourself in for that one.
I've done the exact same thing. There's been multiple times throughout the podcast where I'm like, oh, maybe I need to be a bit more like this person. And then I'll listen back and I'm go, that's not fucking you. Just be authentic and then you'll attract your own crowd. So
absolutely. That's the best advice I always give people who want to start things. Like there'll be like people who, you know, there's people I know who just post like really generic content. And I'm like, you know, that's cool. It's like, it's kind of like, do you follow like Adam Sullivan, like EBT? Like there was a time there where every single PT was making his content. Was just going to Woolies, fucking, this is what you want to be a dumb fuck. Like, you know, like he's got a specific, like he really owned that content. Like that was his. So whenever anybody did it, I was like, dude, you're just copying him. Don't copy him. Like that's him. It works for him. It works because it's him.
Exactly.
I can tell this isn't you. You know what I mean? And I think that's really important.
I've had like the amount of time I've spent on the phone or in the DMs to other people like starting a podcast and all that. They'll be like, oh, we just released our first episode and they're like, can you go check it out and give us any criticism? I'm like, look, I'm a fucking nobody. Like I get 0 downloads a week, but sure.
But you've also been doing it for a long time. Like you know through experience, But
I'll go listen to it. And obviously like the big podcast in Australia at the moment is the Alpha Blokes. So you just go and listen and they're just stealing all their phrases and trying to copy it. And I'm like, look, it's good, but like try being yourself sort of thing. Like I say it politely, but I'm like, that's my like criticism. And they're like, oh yeah, no, now that you mention it, we were just sort of copying them and stuff.
Exactly.
Like, okay, you get 20 episodes in and then what? Like just be yourselves.
Yeah, you're going to have to you can do this. You can do it for like an episode or 2 episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
Being someone else. But 2 things are going to happen. Either one, you're going to start slipping. You're going to be like yourself, which isn't a bad thing, but yourself is going to start bleeding in because you can't. Like one thing about like long form podcasts is if you can keep up a facade for that long, you're a fucking psycho, dude.
100%.
Like if you've released 100 episodes and you're being fake on every one of those 1 to 2 hour 100 episodes, you're fucked. That's crazy. That's terrifying, man.
For sure.
So there has to be an element, and at times like you'll find being yourself, you won't connect with the audience that you want to connect with, so you feel like you're doing the wrong thing. When it's not that. You just haven't found the audience that you should be.
Exactly.
You know, going. That's why, like, I think it's cool, like talking to a lot of the boys, like Rocco and stuff like that, because I know through them and through where they come from and grow up, and yourself as well, we would share a lot of the same audience. Like the same people who would listen to like my stuff would probably resonate with yours as well. Or it's so funny when I like link up with someone and then someone will be like, holy shit, I didn't know you knew that guy. Like that's crazy. And then you're kind of like, well, yeah, of course I do, because you like them and you like me. So there's probably some common ground there.
For sure, No, definitely. It is good to link up with people. And like you said, share like listener bases and things like that. It's sick. But the other thing I was going to touch on when you were saying being cautious about like saying stories and shit like that, I almost had to like, I went on my podcast and I'm like, look, these stories I tell happened, but obviously I fucking punch them up hard on the podcast.
You got to, man. Yeah.
I'm like, if I came on here and I just told the story as it was, like if I had Nikita on the podcast and she was just like, that's not how it happened. Like,
dude, Nikita does the same shit.
Like there's a story, like the amount of stories I've told about Nikita on the podcast, and like, I'll admit, maybe I paint her as a bit like ditzy or whatever.
Yeah.
But just the little gem that I noticed in what happened, I'm like, this could be funny for like, I'll flush it out on the podcast and then I might take it to stage. Like yesterday, for example, I'll be talking about this on tomorrow's podcast. We went down to the Gold Coast for like a little fucking getaway for one night, and we dropped the kids at mum's house, and she got on maps and she's like, oh, it's 1:15. I'm like, okay, sweet, like bit of traffic or whatever. We drove for like 5 minutes and she's like, oh, I'll just check it again. She checked, she's like, oh, thank God, it's way quicker. It's 1:10 now. And I'm like, yeah, because we've driven 5 minutes. I'm like, that's how time works.
She thought you cut off the time?
She's like, oh, traffic's way better now. I'm like, no, we've moved.
You can even see it on the
Yeah.
thing. It'll be like where you were, where you
exactly.
are, and then
But
dude.
the way that I'm going to punch that up just to make her sound so
yeah,
silly
dude.
tomorrow, and then when I put a clip up, she'll be like, "That's not how it happened." I'll be like, "It's comedy,
Dude,
Like,
I won't put the video up because Kia's very embarrassed about it. But Kia is obsessed with heated rivalries at the moment. You know, the hockey one, bro, froths it. No, I'm like, I always get stoked when she's into things, but Kia gets so hyper fixated, dude. So I recorded her last night. We were just hanging out on the couch, just chilling. The kids are asleep. She's watching it on her phone because she's like, I can't watch it on TV just in case, you know, there's like a full man on man fucking action going on. And then she starts randomly telling me this story. Like she's obsessed with like these actors and their lives. And because there's a whole bit of lore around how this was like a low budget thing and it wasn't made by HBO. It was actually bought from the original. Anyway, I'm getting in. And anyway, I was just recording. It was like facing me, just had my phone up. So pretending I was on it. Dude, I reckon I got maybe 2 to 3 minutes just straight of her just like going like full. You ever seen that like the Always Sunny one where the dude's like,
oh yeah.
I don't even know if it's the right show, but she was going all conspiratorial with it, and then she realizes I was filming. She's like, "Oh my god, you cannot fucking post that anywhere." And I was like, "I won't, but I'm keeping it, dude."
100%. The amount of videos that Nikita and I have on each other, we could cancel each other at any moment. If we get into a bad argument and she posts like a video of me fucking doing something, I'll be like, oh, you got me. But every like birthday and anniversary or something, I'm like, I should post this one. This will get a fucking couple of clicks.
And you're just like, how badly do I want to fuck this day up? Because I could make this day terrible by
100%.
one click.
100%.
Yeah, dude. Oh, mate, it's so good. It's so good. Brother, where are you doing comedy next?
Good question. All like the best way to stay up to date with it, jump on the podcast and I just tell everywhere I'm going to be at the end of the week.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because I want to get out, man. I want to get out to a show and potentially
jump up.
Yeah, maybe. Mate, I'll get out there and watch you first.
Have you joined the Brisbane comedy group?
Dude, you want to know something funny? I went to join it the other day. I realized I joined it like 6 years ago. I'm in the group still, dude. I need to have a look because I joined it when I started doing Inner City Home, my first podcast. I joined it because I was like, fuck, I'm going to do it. But I also joined it because I wanted to collaborate with other people because I did want to do the whole like very similar, like, you know, you had, I'll be honest, I was trying to carbon copy exactly what Joe Rogan used to do like that long ago. Like before he ever used to fucking, you know, talk to like political people. Yeah. It would just be comedians. It would be a comedy. It would be a comedian every single day pretty much. And I wanted to try and do that. But then I realized I'm like, dude, I have no skin in this game. No one knows who I am. Yeah. I'd never do comedy. And I think I've realized now, like, if you want, because comedians, in my opinion, are the easiest people to have on podcasts.
Yeah,
like you just set up, like you and me, we had no preparation, no nothing. We've got an hour chat done. Yeah. Easy work.
For sure.
But I think on that, I need to have a bit of skin in the game. Like, you know, you need to get choked out once before you can explain like what's going on with the UFC. Yeah. It's kind of, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, so many people are like, why don't you get more comedians on? And I'm like, I probably should. Like,
oh, bro, I think you should.
Yeah, I've got my toe in the swimming pool. I'm like, but then in my head, I'm like, I talk to them at gigs fucking all the time, but I'm like, there's something about a podcast where it can be a cooler chat than that. So.
And you can also get some gems too, not just for yourself in terms of premises to talk about, but you also get like little gems. Like I reckon there's like probably like 5 or 6 gems in this podcast that I can't wait to chop up. But I won't chop up the maps one because I know that's yours. So I'll leave that one. No, that's but yeah, dude, do you think that a lot of comedians in Brisbane have their own podcast or?
No, there's probably only, I don't know, if I had to throw a dart, maybe 5 or 6 of us.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
It's the other crazy thing as well is like there's this big thing about how different the Australian comedy scene is to the American comedy scene. Yeah. Like you look at the American scene and everyone's jumping on each other's podcasts. Everyone's like trying to boost each other up. But like this is a reason why I haven't asked so many comedians is like it's almost seen as like a lower level in Australia. It's like, why would I come and sit on your fucking podcast? And I'm like, it'll be a fun chat.
That's also like a shitty way. Like 100%. It's so much fun. Like I love just riffing with other people who love to talk.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like it's actually unfortunate because there's times where I'm like, I'd love to get that guy on my podcast, but he also has no kids. So I don't know what to do. Yeah. That's the downside with having a niche. It's just like, it's great because it's easy to sort of portion your content, but it sucks because a lot of the people you want to talk about who are really, really cool don't have kids.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're like, sick, I got to wait till this dude has a baby before I can like, I remember when literally when Adam Sullivan had a kid, I was like, fuck yeah, he's in my realm of guests now, dude. I finally can do it. Now his kid's 2 weeks old. I probably can't hit him up yet, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Oh, dude, I love it, man. I honestly, it's great having you on the podcast, bro. But where can people find you, man?
So Instagram is my main one. So at Jimmy Missen or at Can't Get Any Worse podcast. Hit me up at either one of those and I'll reply to you.
Yeah, amazing, dude. I love it. And on that, really quickly, I was actually meant to say, you used to do the green room vlogs.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that as well. When I was doing that, that was another thing that was weird.
I loved it. This was before you and me sort of had contact. I was watching your green room vlogs
cool.
because I used to watch the green room vlogs at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those. And then I saw you doing it and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. It's like an Australian version of this. And I really liked it. But I obviously saw a lot of effort goes into those videos, dude.
So much effort. And like I was saying about comedians not wanting to come on podcasts and stuff, because I wanted it to be a little bit different to what I was putting out there. Like I almost wanted the camera to be in the corner of the green room, recording all our fun chats, things like that. But just the way people shut up when they see a camera around. And it got to a point where it was kind of weird and they're like, oh, we've got to be careful what we say around the camera because it'll go on YouTube. And I'm like,
oh, what the fuck?
Let's have fucking fun with it. Like,
yeah, dude, that does, like, I do understand that and I get that. But I'm also like, yeah, I think when you do open up a bit, you would be surprised about how many people think the shit that you say is funny, even if it's a bit out of pocket.
Yeah.
You know, I think we need that, especially now where everything is so like in Australia. And I think now like it is fun to hear a fucking terrible joke at times. And I know you got to be careful with them and stuff like that, but fuck. Dude, it's just words, man. That's just it. Words.
Like that was the crazy thing as well. I'm like, if you fucking say something completely off color, obviously I'm not going to clip that up and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, like if you say like something overtly racist, you're like, there's no humor behind that. I think you're an asshole.
Exactly.
But you would also be like, oh, it's not my business to put that out.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
like you said, it was just so much like effort, and I was just like, oh,
yeah,
something's got to give.
Mate, we're getting there. I feel like the podcasting scene especially is getting a lot bigger. Like I feel like this year could be a massive year. Like I think there's a lot coming out. A lot of podcasts that I've sort of seen grow for a while now are getting like a lot of episodes behind them. Like you've got you're like 200 episodes now, eh?
Yeah, 216 tomorrow.
Fucking hell. See, like there's so many podcasts and like I'm verging on 100. The BBB boys have got fucking heaps. Like even like the smaller podcasts that are like they're still averaging like up around like 50 plus episodes. So like they always say like you got to get past your first 20. Once you pass your first 20, you can be like legitimate.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's getting to that point now around here, around Brisbane, where we are getting like big episode numbers, which is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it'd be sick to like tee up a big podcast day.
Yeah, I've been like dabbling with that. I'd love to do it, man. I think it'd be fantastic to do, but I definitely think we should definitely do it. Definitely. We should, absolutely. We need to make it happen. We should do like a podcasting gig.
That'd be sick.
I like as in we all just get up and do a minute or something like that.
That would actually be sick.
Yeah, because I would love to. Bro, how sick would it be to do like a Kill Tony style thing at like the Caxton?
But they've got a stage upstairs.
Fuck yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mad. All right, let's put a pin in that and do
all
it.
Right.
All right.
Just like your first stand-up gig.
That could be where I do it, bro. I might organize it, and then that's how I'm going to get my first gig. I'll organize my own.
Let's do it.
Awesome, bro. I can't wait, mate. Yeah, I'll put all your links and stuff like that in the show notes. But guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Spend some time with your kids. Have a laugh with your mates. Check in on your partner. Make sure you're just loving the dad life. And yeah, guys, you know what it is. CoolDadCollective Podcast. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm not going to tell you because I'm sure you know where it is. But if you want to get in contact with the podcast, CoolDadCollective@hotmail.com. Guys, have a great week. Peace.
Sure.